If our religion and our churches have been properly guided to provide us the material how we can rise above the download that we were a victim to. Because lahat naman tayo naging biktima sa mga download eh. Wala kasing filter yun eh. And when the Bible, through the church instruction, is inputting us about growing in grace, which is what the journey to maturity is all about. That journey is just all about rebooting or reformatting your download, which has something to do with how you can work on your mind, especially the subconscious, by the action of the subconscious on how it impregnates an operating system, a new OS, beginning with a thought. So meaning, yung mga dati naman kasing na-entertain natin sa ating download, like thoughts which are in our lingo, that we were never aware its effect. Because when this Japanese scientist studied the molecules of water, that depends on what kind of thought that was infused on that water, and when viewed on a dark field microscope, lahat ng mga thoughts create different molecules on the water. And you can just imagine in the language that we express or that we entertain in our mind, if it has effect on water outside your body, how much more effect on it in the water that is in your brain, in your mind, in your heart, and in your body cells. So
Even that experiment on rice bran, no?
Yes.
They said bad words, but the
yes,
rice turns
yes,
into-
yes. So that input can help your participant realize that to reboot or to reformat, which would always start with a thought, because thought is very powerful to how it influences, beginning with the mind, to all your body parts. Because that very thought that your mind entertains on, if you're not aware, and the moment it circulates in your entire body through your bloodstream, influencing the 50 trillion cells in your body, you wonder why there are people who would look galit sa mundo. That's because they were entertaining thoughts of bitterness, thoughts of pain. Now, imagine the transformation that it can create to a person beginning with a thought if they know how to replace that thought and control it when they knew the effect of that in their bloodstream, because their blood would carry it. Because when the thought would right away reacts it, when the mind reacts from the thought, what they never knew is that thought is transported into all their body parts, into the 50 trillion cells. And the principle of you attract who you are, you attract based on how you think. You see?
It's critical.
It's very critical. That's why the Bible is an old book that is full of wisdom, because it relates and collaborates with what scientific discovery is all about, has something to do with your emotion that begins with a thought. Acted on by the most powerful, gadget God has given you, which is the most effective computer the world ever, which is your mind. You'll never know the program that your body becomes compliant to, because the body becomes the autopilot of your subconscious. So that should always be the focal point of the every convergence in training. Everything has to center on the thought. Philippians 4:8 palagi, and whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are lovely, because this thought is, you call it positive, don't call it positive, just empowering thoughts. Okay? Because it's easy to relate what is empowering, your body can feel it. Positive, well, you can never, who knows, a negative can be positive, di ba? Pero that's why when you introduce how we should define properly emotion based on its purpose, why it was given, you can relate it better to view it as empowering and disempowering. Because when your body feels that thought giving you a very disempowering feeling, and if you know the function, which is a GPS, because the moment you already feel demotivated, you're getting further and further from your desired goals, then you can always make a detour by changing your thought. That's how powerful the mind is. And to create that program, acted on by the conscious to impregnate the subconscious, it would depend on what frequency your brain is at, on what level of frequency, for the download to be more efficient.